This isn't your mom's podcast.
Juggle them boys.
This is today's Pray.
Juggle them boys.
And we are happy to be alive on this Monday morning.
We don't have to pretend we have all the answers.
We
don't have
are
to
happy to be
pretend we
live
have all the answers.
on this Monday evening. Whenever you're listening to the podcast, it could be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We don't have to pretend we have all the answers.
But we are here and we are potting.
Juggle them boys.
And we're not smoking pot, but we're potting.
Potting. Like plants, baby.
Like potting. Like putting some dirt in a motherfucking ceramic bowl. Putting a bean sprout in there.
Oh, some catnip.
I'm watching that shit grow, just like you in your first grade. Hey, before we keep the podcast going, Poppy, before you say anything, you have a mustache hair that I need to pull.
No, you're not
Stick it
pulling
straight
it.
up.
You're not pulling it. What kind of friend is that? Here, let me just pull all your hairs out.
I don't know.
We don't have to pretend we have all the answers.
Man, that guy's such a genius.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
How can you have three good names that are all... Okay, so Neil, like Neil Armstrong, man on the moon, right? Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Pretty sure.
I don't know. I think you're right.
I might see sometimes. Or
Yeah, I think
Neil
that's right.
Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
So,
The only Neils that I knew in high school or in college
yeah.
or in my life.
Like the astronaut.
Or goofballs.
Yeah. Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know why I knew
Then-
that?
You knew it.
Well, listen.
I knew it.
Well, I was thinking in my head while we were figuring out, because I wasn't confirming it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I get Neil Armstrong and Lance Armstrong confused all the
And
time.
that's what it was.
But you know how you can remember it's Neil Armstrong?
How?
So if you take A from Armstrong, put that shit at the front, and take the word Neil, spell it backwards, it spells alien. And that
You
was the
went through a
and
lot.
and that was the first guy on the moon, Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
You did a lot of research.
Likely story.
So you're saying that do you think he's an alien?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it wasn't like
Can
all just
confirm.
made up. So it wasn't just all made up. Is what you're saying.
Honestly, if we're being completely honest, you want to get into this. You want to talk about the moon landing? Because the YouTube videos on that are hilarious. And I know that Elon Musk said we went there, but the YouTube videos debunking if we actually landed on the moon or not are hilariously like, it looks very silly, them jumping around up there on the moon.
Well, how I would back up us actually going to the moon is that nobody looks cool on the moon. Fact. Like, the reason we're so used to our own rhythm of gravity, like us walking around in our own rhythm with gravity. And so you're saying that, because they look a little silly because gravity's different on the moon, that's why it's not real? No.
I mean,
It's just silly.
That's one.
Some things are just silly and
just
still
saying.
real.
I'm just saying it's a controversy I could get behind. And that's all I got to say about that. Do you have anything you want to tell the people about our amazing weekend that we just had?
Oh, wait. No, I don't. I don't want to talk about my weekend because I want to talk about Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I want to as well. I actually have
Neil
something.
Armstrong. Degrassi. Drake was in Degrassi.
Okay, hold on. If you take Neil Armstrong, here's how I remember this. You take the A from Armstrong,
Yeah.
you put it at the beginning, just the A, and then you flip the word Neil backwards. It spells alien.
Whoa.
We don't have to pretend we have all the answers.
Sorry for interrupting you. Continue with the Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong. Degrassi. Drake was in Degrassi. Degrassi, a great show. Drake isn't in a wheelchair. They say he broke his back.
Spinal.
Spinal. Tyson. Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's how he got his name.
3 great names
And that's exactly how you think of all
to
all the way
create
through.
one genius black man.
Yep.
It's pretty incredible.
Yep. He's like the science version of Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he's got a wonderful voice.
Well, he's just like and he just kind of has like the same complexion, same type of hair, like loose, like the loose curl.
The loose curl.
Yeah, he's got a couple of little age spots here and there, like Morgan Freeman. That gives Morgan Freeman some character. That's why I like him.
I like age spots on men.
On women?
I like them on
Yeah,
women
me too. Yeah. I was trying to feel you out if you were a bad guy.
No.
If you were sexist or not. I like age spots on my women. I wish they got them earlier.
Hey, show me something real, like some ass with some age marks. Be humble.
Oh yeah. Sit
We don't have
down.
to pretend we have all the answers.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever? I feel like you've heard the song on the One Logic album called "The Waiting Room." It's not a song; it's more of an interlude.
Yeah.
Where the guy dies, and he goes to, like, basically a waiting room or a purgatory. He's talking to God,
Yeah.
and God is basically informing him of all this information.
Right.
Do you know about that? You've heard that track on there?
Right. Morgan Freeman's in it. Jim Carrey's there. It's a whole thing.
Similar.
Yeah.
Similar situation. You're on the right page.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever, there's a short story called The Egg. And that's what that whole track is about.
The Egg.
Yeah. So basically what the short story of The Egg is, it's a short story. It's literally like a paragraph or two long. Basically, it's about a dude who dies, and he goes to a waiting room in heaven, and God talks to him, or whatever higher power is talking to him, and basically informs him that the life he just lived doesn't really mean anything, or not the fact that it doesn't mean anything, but just that he learned his lessons from that life, and now he's about to be reincarnated and thrown back into Earth as somebody 200 years earlier, and he's going to be somebody completely different. He's going to be a Chinese girl or a
Earlier? 200 years earlier?
yeah, or in the future. He's just going to be somebody else. And the guy's like, "What do you mean I'm going to be somebody else?" And basically, what the whole like theory of the whole short story, The Egg, is that however you treat somebody, if you treat them good or you treat them bad, that's basically you're treating yourself that way. Because if every time you die, you just get reincarnated as somebody else on this earth, that's still you. You're treating yourself bad. So that's what it's kind of getting at. It's like if you treat somebody good, you're treating yourself good. If you treat somebody bad, you're just treating yourself bad.
So it's like the narcissistic way of making sure you're nice to people. It's like, oh man, I don't want to be mean to myself later. Better be nice to myself.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. He's like, yeah, exactly.
What if we are all one soul, and every time that person dies, you go back, like you're saying, they can go forward or backwards in life. It's actually all one soul in every single body. Who's like, what's the meaning of life? I don't understand.
Yeah.
And we're all doing this to ourselves because it's all one us.
Yeah. So
Now, did I just brain fuck everybody? Probably.
you just said basically the same story as what I just said.
Well, but you said it wasn't just one soul in the entire earth.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's basically this
Oh,
person.
see.
Yeah. So in the story, he dies and goes to heaven, talks to God, and then he has to be thrown back and live a different life.
Didn't realize there was only one soul in the entire universe. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. But what the story is basically you do that until you've lived every single life in existence, every single human life. And then after you do that, you could possibly become one of the higher powers.
but then you can't because you would never do that. It's kind of a tease because life would, unless there's no humans left at some point, then there would never be. So you would just be continuously living as multiple people.
I guess what I'm saying
life.
is, let's say me and you are the same person. Who do you think's further on that track of becoming that higher power? Do you think you've lived your life before I've lived my life?
You did a lot of research.
In the outside world, in that world, do you think they're like, oh shit, I've already lived Poppy's life, I have to live Jake's life after 3 other lives, or I've already lived Jake's life, I have to live Poppy's life in a couple of lives? Mm-hmm. And the reason I'm asking this is because me and you have all of the same shit in our bedrooms.
Yeah. So we must be really close on the timeline.
Yeah.
Of the one soul living through each and every person's body in the timeline. We must be really close together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So maybe do you think he's going chronologically? If that's the case, then I lived first.
Yes.
So
I think,
dude, I'm dead and then I gotta be you. That's some bullshit, dude.
Why? You get to be handsomer.
At least I get to hang out with me later.
You get to be handsomer
and get the same desk.
You get to have cooler tattoos because I did all your tattoos. You get to
have that's what
cool
I'm saying.
Little brother.
It's like
you could have a little brother.
Yeah, apparently I learned from this life to be you and treat me. You need to start treating your old self better, is what I'm saying.
It's hard to because you're so old. You're so aged. You just don't get half of the stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's honestly, it's a total mind boggle.
So what I think we should do, if we are very close to each other, synchronized up in these
menstrually,
in this reincarnations.
Yeah, reincarnation menstrually cycle.
I think we need to run the numbers of. So me and you have the same bookshelf, the same desk, the same gaming chair. We need to run the numbers on Amazon. Who has bought those 3 items recently? Contact them and murder them.
So then, how does that help us?
Because let's say all that is true and we would want to disprove it, then we would just be like, well, we're the elites. Yeah, we're close, but we just need to take out all the other guys. I'm saying the elites within the souls around us that are also me and you. I don't want another me and you out there.
Us.
I guess this all comes back to me just challenging other friends, other 2 friendships, to challenge me and yours friendship.
Sounds like you live first now because you're so worked up over what all the other yous have done that you had to prove yourself.
We got to take them out.
And I'm like, no, man, I've already lived that life. It's cool. You're going to love it.
I think it's because you haven't lived the life enough yet because you're still so young in the lives. You don't see.
I got dog brain.
Maybe you just, maybe you don't have the knowledge of how important our friendship is supposed to be versus all of the other people.
Here's how I know that I actually did live first. Okay. I agree with that.
Let's hear
I
it.
live first because
you're older.
Your previous life, which is me right now, reminded you to get all the shit for your room that you like.
It's true.
So you have.
I wouldn't say you reminded me.
You got your old desk. You got your old bookshelf got a little bit bigger. It's like, man, I started reading books at the end of my life as Poppy. I started reading books, so I'm gonna make sure I get a bigger bookshelf. And then you got the same gaming chair, but you're like, the gray kind of showed a lot of stains. I'm gonna get the brown because I shit myself all the time.
Here's what I think.
Old souls always shit themselves, dude.
I feel like that your soul is younger than my soul.
Yeah.
Like you've lived your life after I have. I've lived in Jake's life, and then I had to live Poppy's life.
Why do you say that?
Or sorry,
No, yeah,
opposite.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is
Well, because
you'll get it. You'll get it someday, dude.
Well, because I've kind of used you, and you haven't even realized.
Oh, trust
Like,
me, I feel like I have.
I kind of put you through these little tests to see if I want to do it. I kind of convinced you to do the weightlifting meet last year, and now I'm doing one this year.
yeah.
Kind of let you go through the test run.
Yeah.
I let you buy
Or-
the gaming chair
Yeah.
to realize, okay, maybe
It's-
I want that gaming chair.
It's fun that you think that you living after me means that it was all your plan after I already lived.
Well,
It's
no.
like, no.
no, if
Listen,
we're the same person.
No, I know.
I'm the
Listen.
wiser version
but I set it up for you.
to be.
You're welcome.
That's okay. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome too.
You didn't do anything for me.
You're in my presence. So you are welcome as well.
You did a lot of research.
Do you think any person in the entire world followed that entire conversation? Because honestly, I think both of us went in and out just for a second, came back into it. I don't think a single other person in the entire world would understand what the fuck we're talking about.
Well,
But
I think if
in
they-
the end of the day, you're welcome because I am you.
and we are us,
And us is me.
and I is you.
Your size isn't large enough.
Together we are I.
Your size isn't large enough.
Together we are I.
Together
I am
we are
legend.
I. Yep. So let's say there is an end of, if one soul lives through every single person's life, right? And there is an end person that you are. I would say that person would probably be a know-it-all, extremely rich, and know how to get extremely hot women all the time. Donald Trump.
I was thinking Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, no.
I was thinking full circle. Neil
Oh,
deGrasse
yeah.
Tyson.
Oh, yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Sorry.
Smart guy, handsome guy, cute guy, funny guy.
Cute guy?
Yeah. He's
Man.
adorable.
Honestly, if that's the final version of wish I could have been someone else. That's all I'm saying. I'd say there's 3 options. Final forms. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Donald Trump, Elon Musk. Those are the 3.
What about
And nope.
what about Jason Statham?
If we go a physical route,
What about Ashanti?
Ashanti.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Never heard of Ashanti?
Nope. No, I have heard of Ashanti. You're
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
gonna have to sing better.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Okay, keep going.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
I think I'm about to get it.
See, my days are gone without you.
Oh yeah,
I'm
okay.
hurting while I'm with you.
Uh-huh.
Now my heart can take no more. I keep on running back to you.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that would be good.
That
Yeah.
could be somebody. That could be somebody.
It could be me later or earlier. Keanu Reeves. I think that would be my favorite person to be last. I would want to save him for last if I could be him.
Yeah. He's got that greasy black hair. So cool.
It's not greasy.
It's greasy.
No, it's not greasy.
It's parted down the middle. It's greasy.
You can tell by the way someone parts their hair how greasy their hair
If
is.
somebody parts their hair down the middle and it's black hair and it's just past their ears in length, yeah, it's greasy.
I don't even know where you get that logic. So length, style, both of those reflect if your hair is greasy or dry.
Yep.
Nope.
What do you even know?
What don't I know, man?
I know
I'm trying to help you. You're not listening.
you are wiser.
I'm trying to set my future self up for something here, and you're fighting me.
You did a lot of research.
I'm just saying, Reeves' hair is greasy, and that's we can stop it at that point. But I will not budge at Kiana's hair being greasy. Not budging.
I think you just always see him in movies sweating.
No. John Wick, he never breaks a sweat. He kills everybody effortlessly.
The only reason, if his hair is greasy, the only reason it is because he's always doing so much for others and not for himself that he doesn't have time to shampoo his hair often. He's up day and night giving to charity.
I believe you. He's a good guy. But I don't think it's greasy because of sweat from giving. I'm sure he gives a lot. I'm sure it's greasy from getting slimed by all the women who attack him.
Now that's why it's parted out in the center, because there's always butt cheeks on top of his head.
Keanu Reeves can handle a lot of butt cheeks on his head.
Butt cheeks.
That would be a good soundbite.
I love that. I love that song too. What's that song called? With the butt cheeks?
It's Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, but I can never remember.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it
up. I could find it though.
Yeah. Butt cheeks. Yeah, man. That's so good. Why'd Nipsey Hussle just gotta go and die?
Wasn't quick enough, man. He was slipping. Got caught up.
Oh, he got shot?
Pa, 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 pa.
Yeah. See, I'm not even on the up and up. I don't know anything. I just know sometimes people die, sometimes people don't die, and I don't know how they die usually.
I wonder how far. I wonder if we were born. I wonder if our souls lived through Nipsey Hussle before us or after us.
Yeah. I'd say he's a pretty wise guy. I'd say after.
Yeah, I think so too.
But but the past us didn't like that.
Yeah, and they were like, "I got to take him out." Pop, pop, pop. And that was me.
See?
Going, I got to take the guys out.
See? So somebody checked their Amazon carts.
Yeah.
And Nipsey Hussle was one of them. And Nipsey Hussle and some other 5 other dudes had the same desk.
I don't know if anybody else is going to follow this, but I just learned a life lesson.
I tried to tell you.
Don't try to take out people who are similar to you.
Yeah.
Wow. I almost took out everybody who was similar to me. Anybody who has a beard and tattoos and has a new gaming chair. You guys were going to be done.
Well, it was jealousy.
Juggle them boys.
You wanted to be the only person like you. It's okay to have similarities to others. Why do we got to be so hipster-like?
I don't know.
You and me,
man.
we have that.
I'm wearing a turtleneck today.
And that
actually
is cool.
I don't regret it.
I don't regret it either. I like my future style. It's sick.
Hey, thanks, man.
Dude, look at me. I'm fucking poor.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I need to tone it down a little bit so I could dress like you sometimes. Like, you look cool.
Yeah, we can share outfits.
Dude, see? Man, we're just learning lessons off of each other. See, like, even though your future soul lived before my future soul or my current soul, you know, we're both still learning lessons.
Right. And that is
We
all
don't have
in.
to pretend we have all the answers.
Exactly. And that is manhood.
Yeah.
Do you think there's one? Now, we've just talked about dudes this whole time. You think we're ever?
Ashanti's a girl.
Well, I'm saying we've just talked about one girl. Okay. Do you think that we're just dudes? Like, I is just dudes?
No.
Or do you think that there's like one dude, one girl soul, and they're going around doing it?
I think it's just one.
Just
Maybe.
one?
If I had to buy into that theory,
Yeah.
I think it'd probably just be.
I'm glad we're talking about this philosophical stuff. It's helping me out a lot. I think what I learned for you in your previous life being me is you're more open to just letting things happen, and I'm always trying to figure out why it's happening.
Yeah.
It's like, now you already know what's happening subconsciously. You don't need to worry about it. Don't worry about others. I'm always worrying about what everybody else is doing, trying to figure out their brains. It's weird. It's weird, man.
And I wonder if the people who are like crazy rock stars, like Kurt Cobain, who just went crazy, had not a care in the world, but also had crazy good work ethic.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was like that soul maybe lived in a body that had to work really hard and was forced to work really hard. And then when they died, they got put in Kurt Cobain's body, and all they knew was to work really hard. But they had kind of a situation growing up to where they like were kind of could let go, and then they just party. And they're like, oh shit, well we can't live like that either. Go back to the hard working construction man.
So do you think that? So does it say in the egg philosophy kind of thing in the story that based on your previous life you get put into a new life, like directionally? You know, like how some
Doesn't say that. No.
So how some like you know, you live life as a human. If you're a bad person, you come back as like an ant.
No, I think it's all humans.
Well, I understand that part, but I'm saying, you know, let's say in our version of my life, I got real shitty.
Just real shitty. Like doing what?
Just doing, at the end of my life, I start doing just bad shit.
You like smoking cigs,
That's
ripping
it.
cigs.
That's it.
Oh fuck! You're
Yeah.
definitely coming back as an ant.
Well, someone's ant, possibly. But like, then you come back as someone that's lower tier, and then you got to work your way up. And that's where you have those come up stories of like cool rappers and shit.
Yeah,
It's like they came from the bottom.
I feel like
they're
every single
here.
artist or rapper or famous movie star, they all claim to have just had this hard life.
Yeah.
So I think we've all had hard lives.
Except for Lil Dicky.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's had some struggle that he just doesn't talk about. We all have.
Well, except for his penis.
Maybe that's his struggle, and that's not really something you can market. You know,
He
but-
did in the whole show, Dave.
Well, I'm saying like, well, I guess he did market it, but not in the typical way. Like he didn't go, "Oh, my parents abused me, and I had to work really hard to get out of there," and then did this. Subconsciously, he had this weird looking wiener his whole life, and he's worked really hard.
He subconsciously had a weird looking wiener
No,
in the back of his head.
no matter what
He
he did,
didn't know in the foreground, but in the background of his brain, he's like, "Man, I got 2 pee holes and my dick skin's made out of scrotum." But he didn't know in the beginning.
Well, what made him work so hard was going, and he thought that no lady would ever love him because of his wiener. So he worked really hard to compensate for that.
Yeah.
And then he went, oh shit, you know what? It's okay to be me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's perfect. I'm allowed to be just Dicky, Lil Dicky.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about my ball sack. And guess what? When he embraced his insecurity, look at him. Lil Dicky's got a show named Dave. He's
Yeah.
friends with Benny Blanco.
And
He's got a hype man.
Yeah, Gator.
Fucking Gator.
Cheeto Santino's in his friggin' shit. Red-haired guy.
Oh, yeah. His name's Cheeto?
It's on his. I just said his Instagram.
Oh,
thing.
okay. Yeah, I
he's
like that. He's funny.
Yeah. Super funny. Dude, he's witty, bro.
He is witty. I like his sarcastic, sassy attitude.
So let's say we'll just speak more layman's terms instead of saying like we, us, I kind of shit for the egg philosophy story. We'll say like, who are you working to be in your next life then? It's kind of like saying, who would you rather be now? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you mean like if I had to pick an actual person that we live with now?
Yeah. So yeah, like you only know of now or of historical figures. You can do a historical figure, but like you're living now. Who would you want to be reincarnated as after your life is over? Who are you working towards to make sure that you're not some schmuck that nobody knows?
I have 2 answers for you.
I think we climbed the tiers in this philosophy.
Yeah, I think I have 2 answers for you.
Mm-hmm.
One would be Terry Crews. Or
Yeah.
Terry Crew. Just because he is an artist. Like he has like an art degree, I'm pretty sure. He like designed furniture. Like he's got like a bunch of like really cool.
Well, he's an artist when he's an artist when he flexes those pecs.
Exactly. He's also jacked. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Sexy.
I don't even know. I don't think I'm into the acting thing, but you know, that's a role model there. He's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Either him or there's a painter. His name's Joel Rea. He's like super awesome. just a great painter. So that would be another person, to, I guess, to like work up towards. But you know, he's not Terry Crew. He doesn't have an 8-pack.
Packs.
He doesn't dance like a robot.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't in White Chicks.
Number 1, Terry Crew. Number 2, Joel Ray is a pretty good role model. What about you?
Well, I always said that I if I was any other person in the entire world, I want to be Will Smith. But apparently in my future, I fucked up. I got a little angry.
Do you think?
I don't know who I would want to be now. I think that's where I think my mind is clouded now that my future self is Will Smith.
He threw a wrench into your future soul plans.
Yeah. So it's like, do I even want to be him? Not right now.
Yeah.
But he'll come around.
Yeah,
But
I think he's came out a little bit. And
I think, honestly, man, like, I think I would like to be my dad. That'd be awesome.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
your dad's pretty cool.
Or who's an historical figure that, like, see, I feel like my first historical figure that I thought of was Nikola Tesla, but he kind of got thrown under the bus a little bit, and then, like, his legacy lived on way better than how he lived.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd want to do that, but that's like, I would think that a little bit. I don't know. Someone who invented something
He's a weird
dope.
guy. He's
So-
a weird guy. Loved pigeons.
The guy that
Was a virgin.
he loved pigeons, like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
You ever hear that story about Mike Tyson?
Mm-hmm.
How he started fighting and the guy ripped the head off of the pigeon.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, man.
What an origin story.
I don't blame him.
Why don't we do we not have I know we have a Mike Tyson movie of like shit that he's done, but why don't we have the origin story of him like legit growing up?
Well, I think they just put one on Hulu.
Did they? Like,
It's called
for real?
Mike, but everybody's against it because Mike Tyson had nothing to do with it and didn't approve of any of it. So,
But it's like supposed to be of his growing up and stuff.
yeah, it's supposed to be. It's just called Mike, I'm pretty sure, but it's just like about.
No wonder I haven't heard of it because he's not for it,
He's not for it.
and I'm all about Mike Tyson.
But I'm pretty sure there is one in the works that has Jamie Foxx. That's a goal. That's a person.
I would like to be Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
If I got reincarnated, Jamie Foxx, or just any guy from the Philippines, like just smiling, dude, just having a great time,
Like Mitch's dad,
dude. He's the best.
Cheeto.
Handsome, great home, great son,
Physically fit.
physically fit, plays golf.
Kills at golf.
I've heard. Lives in a great area.
Drives a Lexus.
Loving, just
What's his address? Do you have his license plate number?
do we have Cheeto's phone number that we can just share on? Hey, can somebody? Chat. Can somebody get Cheeto's phone number? Thanks. But
Is there anybody younger than you that you would go, oh, I want to be that soul?
younger than me? See, that's hard because I don't respect anyone younger than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, a person that, at least in my realm of expertise, being a barber, a person that really went from being a complete douche to being the nicest guy ever is Vic Blends. Have you ever seen him? He's the guy that's always cutting people's hair out on the street and like, hey man, what are your dreams and aspirations? You know what his shit started as? It was not like, hey man, what are your dreams and aspirations? He was just talking about how you could make the most money per haircut. It was like, basically, how do you get the most money out of each service? And the way he was doing it was just not cool, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
it was a good
He was like leeching.
strategy. He's great at it, but it was just like, it wasn't scummy. It was just rubbing me the wrong way. He's just always talking about, ooh, make this, and just like grinding super hard. And then he was like doing like prank videos of like him cutting some guy's hair that's like in the NBA, and he just like goes to Walmart first. And he just like never tells him he was leaving and waits for him to sees how long it takes him to call and stuff. And it's like, that's so lame. And then he caught on to like, oh, if you're just a nice guy, people like nice guys.
Yeah.
And they love that. And now he's got like the key to his home city and shit.
That's awesome.
So good job, future soul.
Yeah, good job, Vic Blends.
You think so? He's younger.
Maybe he's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a couple tattooers that are maybe a year younger than me that started around the same time that I did that were amazing 10 years ago when I started. Mm-hmm. So Oscar Caramo is one of them. He's like a year younger than me, I think. He's killing the game.
What kind of style does he do?
And he does like realism, like small black and gray stuff, but he's been incredible.
Yeah.
Since I started, he's just been good out the gate, just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that would probably be one for me.
Yeah. So you want to be reincarnated as Oscar?
Yeah,
Is that his name?
maybe.
Oscar?
Or Post Malone.
Yeah, dude. That guy's pretty pure, isn't he?
Yeah. The one thing, like, yeah, he would be. I'm not really into like a lot of the nerd stuff that he's into, like the Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. But maybe I'll learn to like it in my next soul life or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not into it because I don't know about it. Like a lot of things.
I think if there was a way to climb the tier of people that you're going to reincarnate as, I think it would just be open and kind. I think that's the best way to climb the ladder of reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? So like Post Malone, kind, open to things, friendly to everyone that's like ever said hi to him on a video. So, I mean,
that's got to be hard.
I think, yeah, absolutely. But if I feel like I only have one superpower that I'm capable of, which is if I realize I'm like getting in a negative mindset, I will literally leave the area, come back, and I can be complete positive mindset again. I can choose to do that. I think everyone can, but
yeah.
But I'm not always in a positive mindset. I wish I could just be always open and always kind. I just can't do it. I wish I could.
It just takes work to do that.
There's probably something wrong with me.
What do you think's wrong with you?
You know what's... Go ahead.
We don't have to pretend we have all the answers.
If I had to guess what's truly wrong with me,
Yeah.
there are a lot of people out there. Heard a kitty cat. So there are a lot of people that have been coming to the barbershop recently that we both know, and just randoms.
Yeah.
That within this year have been told they have and been tested for and been told they have ADHD. And they're talking about how like our generation, there's one of two things. Obviously it's a real thing, right? That people sometimes need medicated for, sometimes not, whatever. It's just a thing. But there are a lot of people getting told they have ADHD that are our age. Mm-hmm. Like a shit ton.
Yeah, I know.
So either doctors just really like prescribing shit, or there's actually something going on with us.
Right.
And the only thing that you can think of is that we started our lives pretty simple in the 90s. Not a lot of real crazy technology, all this stuff. And now, like, we're like hyperactive with like constant internet and constant things going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's like, if there was a thing that affected us,
there might be
an outside source. If there was, that I think that fucked me up.
Yeah.
That's what I choose will be mine. If I bet you I could go to the doctor any day and say, yeah, I got this, because everyone tells me what they got.
Believe me, dude, you're fucking nuts. You're nuts.
I'm a crazy boy.
You have ADHD, buddy. Hey, you don't need a doctor to tell you.
I only needed Kendrick Lamar to.
You need a friend named Jake Gordon who'll say, hey, you want your drugs for your ADHD? You don't got to explain nothing to me, man. Go get your drugs. I know you're drug seeking, man.
We don't have to pretend we have all the answers.
But I do. That is a thing that people have said that has affected.
I know.
Affected us negatively.
Yeah, dude.
And
a lot of people have ADHD.
But I'm saying like the our like heightened like hyperactivity of what we're doing that's like acceptable now. Like life used to be a lot slower in 2001.
Yes.
And now it's not. And it's not just because we were in first grade in kindergarten. It was because it was a completely different time. And within 10 years, it totally flopped.
Absolutely.
We're very rare in that.
Yeah. So I can tell you a feeling I get from cell phone usage. If I'm on my cell phone, I'm not constantly on like TikTok, like scrolling, but I am on Instagram a lot because I use it for work a lot.
Right.
Message this person, say, hey, can I tattoo you this day instead of this day? Then I'll go to the next thing, text my girlfriend, and then I'll go to the next thing, text my brother back, and then my brother's calling me. I'll call him for a second. As soon as I get off the phone, I got the Instagram message back. So I get on there and I do that. Then I check my emails and do all this, and then I go, oh, you know what? I need to order this, and then I go and do that. And it's like, it seems to me it's a chain reaction. The more I'm on my phone, the more my brain goes, oh, you need to be back on your phone because there's something you need to check.
Right.
So when I physically go, okay, I'm not going to look at my phone for an hour. Dude, it's so like, first off, it's crazy the way my brain will try to like go, hey, you need to get back on your phone and order this. Oh, you know what? You're curious about this thing. You need to Google this. I mean, it's literally just your body trying to get the dopamine from just finding the answers that you want. You're getting what you want. But at the same time, it is nice to back off and it helps like feeling any kind of like anxiety or anxiousness too.
Well, my thing is productivity. So you just said everything that made you productive. Besides it, all those things made you a more productive human. Can you, and kind of like a sidestep, what I was thinking of when you were saying that was, can you imagine like being a business owner in like 1970? I'm going to tell you I'm not saying it was easy, okay? I'm not saying it was easy.
Yeah.
But it had to be way easier.
Absolutely.
Because all the work was on the customer to get to you. Like now, if you're not putting everything on the internet, and it's like they can see everything you're about before they get there. Before, they had very limited knowledge of what your business had to offer until you told them in person.
Yeah.
Now that's not, I'm not saying it was easy because that has its own challenges. But like if I don't have stuff on my Instagram that shows exactly what my shop looks like, what I offer, if I don't put it all out there and just keep it dry for people, cut and dry for people, they'll just be like, I'll go somewhere else. They'll already make their mind up. They don't want you 3 seconds on their phone, and they didn't even talk to you.
Yeah.
So it's like, no wonder you and I are always on our phones and trying to get this stuff out there. It's like we got the podcast, always trying to put clips out, trying to show people what we got going on, always putting out our business stuff, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. It's like, dude, you know how much time it takes me to like make one of these freaking clips? It is so annoying.
Yeah,
it is so annoying to actually post it. That's the worst part. I love making everything else. The actual posting, miserable.
I know. That is
like,
a hard part.
What time do I have to post it?
It would seemingly an easy thing because you already did the work.
Right.
You just got to post the video, but it's like, why is it that is so annoying? Why is it? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Because when you have time, when we have time with our schedules, everybody's at work.
Yeah.
So it's like, when we get up and we get ready to go to work when we start at 12, everybody's already working. So it's like, okay, we got to make sure we post before we get to work. Blah, 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 blah. We got to do this, this, and this because it absolutely affects it.
It's nuts. And I wouldn't say that business back in the day were easier. If we had the knowledge that me and you have now in the 21st century, yeah, it is way easier.
Right.
Because we have all the knowledge. Back then, they're still kind of going by somebody else's standard of how businesses are ran. So they're they just don't have the knowledge.
I think, but I think
they have to do everything by hand, paper wise.
Well, yeah, that would be the hardest part was doing manual things, but it was also just cheaper. It's like, oh, you know what? I want to build a barbershop. There was more land to put it on. The land was cheaper. You can do just because it was cheaper. I'm saying it was actually cheaper per dollar. It was cheaper. And then like inflation. And then like you could buy a car with 5 haircuts. That was like like 6. So it's like, oh, okay, 50 cents per haircut. Oh, okay, I'll get myself a car next week.
Yeah.
And I'm going to build a wraparound porch on my 13-story building.
13-story building.
You did a lot of research.
But yeah, I think it's only getting harder. I think it's only getting harder to do. Well, and I think that's why we're all fucked up.
Mo money, mo problems, which also mo technology, mo problems.
I think yeah. And I think also it used to be more money, more problems because there was not $5 per gallon gas.
Yeah.
Now it's like you just gotta push it.
Let's not forget though how amazing technology is though. We're able to record this on a Monday, edit it through the week, and post it for people to listen to on a Monday. We have the internet. Riley Reed's putting out content for everybody.
Yep.
It's incredible.
Bush and all. Actually, she's pregnant, so she's not doing anything right now, but yeah.
You got
I'm up to date.
Anytime you want to order something, I can just click a button. All that stuff is incredible. It does make you lazier as a human, but since when are we going to have to survive in the jungle or in the wilderness anytime soon?
Anytime soon? No.
And guess what?
Future? Probably.
If it happens, guess what? I adapt, motherfucker.
Yep.
I'll be fine.
Just
I might be a little uncomfortable, but I'll be fine, bruh.
We don't have to pretend we have all the answers.
I'd be nervous around you in an apocalyptic situation because you're like the guy on The Walking Dead that loses his hand in the beginning, first season. That's you. For sure.
Guy who loses his hand?
Yeah, they tie him to the thing on the rooftop with the handcuffs, and they leave him there to die. And then he comes back second season. He's got a freaking whatever hand.
It's really fucked up for you to say. I'd never be Merle. You'd be fucking Judas. Just kidding.
I'd probably be that bitch that cries on the bad lip readings. Like, yeah, you're bleeding on me. Yeah.
If there was a zombie apocalypse and you were a character on The Walking Dead, you'd just be a zombie.
You know what?
You wouldn't survive.
Dude, most likely, yeah. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, I do this, and it's like, no, you're just going to get caught. It's like boxing. It's like everybody thinks they have like this amazing plan how they're going to knock someone out, but then you just get caught with something that wasn't expected.
Yep.
Like you could literally I made it to the plane, blah, blah, blah. And then a zombie wakes up in the back seat and eats you while you're in mid-flight.
While you're flying a plane to Uranus.
The zombies eat me while I'm flying a plane to Uranus.
I wanted to let you know I have a surprise for you.
I could only dream that to be happening.
I have a surprise for you come next week.
Oh, no.
So that's in the works. Surprise for you. I also talked to our shirt guy, trying to meet him this week, get these shirts off the ground. Because I want to get these shirts off the fucking ground.
Dude.
I want to get these shirts off the ground.
Like a push-up.
I'm gonna get these shirts on the
Did a lot of
ground.
research.
Your size isn't large enough.
All we're gonna get the slim fit shirts, and all of our listeners are gonna be like,
Your size isn't large enough.
It's like, I wanted a long sleeve. I don't know where the buttons are.
Do you have any announcements you want to say for everybody this week?
So I just think that everyone, I understand maybe the beginning of this podcast was a little hard to follow, but the main thing to remember is future you will thank you now if you are nice, you're kind, you're open to new experiences. Just become open.
Drop your shoulders.
Yep, exactly. That's a great way of putting it. It's like, just let the traps chill, baby.
Let the traps chill,
Let
baby.
the traps chill, baby. You don't need to be covering up your neck. Okay? Be vulnerable. That's what my girlfriend always wants me. She's like, why aren't you ever vulnerable? It's like, because all these motherfuckers trying to get me.
Let the traps chill, baby.
Let the traps chill, baby.
And we'll see everybody next week. Give us a follow on Instagram, Today's Pray. Give us a follow on TikTok, Today's Pray Podcast. And follow us on Facebook. We'll see everybody next week.
Juggle them boys, juggle them boys, juggle them